Welcome to your own YouTube channel, my dear students. So today I am here with the concept of motion, that is of chapter 8 of the class 9th physics. So here we shall go through a few concepts of motion, types of motion and all. So before I start this chapter, I would like to narrate some situations that we often go through. Like you might have traveled in your life, either by train, by car or by plane. So just consider that you had recently traveled by train, and while traveling you find a passenger standing on the platform waiting for his train. For you, he will be stationary, but as the train moves, the person at the passenger finds you in motion. And you are sitting with your best friend, you are talking with him. He sees you both in the motion as you are changing your position. But for you two, you are not changing your position. It means somewhere we have to do some relative studies. So keep in mind, here we have to do the relative studies. Relative studies. What is the meaning of relative studies? Relative studies doesn't mean that we have to find some relations. We have to locate one point, or we have to take one reference point. From here we have to define the distances or the positions of other objects, or we have to take certain situation. Based on that we will discuss some other situations, then we will call that relative studies. So physics is not a pure study, keep in mind. It is not an absolute study, it is a relative study. So we are starting now, and before I go deeper, I would like to tell you about rest and motion. So before I start it, I would like to say, see, your home and the school. When you are starting for the school from your home and you are heading towards north and you are going around 3 kilometers, then you find your school. So the distance between the school and the home you call 3 kilometers. It means there is some fixed point, that is your home. From home to your school you are getting the distance. So home is being the reference point. So here I use the word reference point. That can also be called as origin. You might have studied maths. In maths you have studied about Cartesian plane. Recently in the 8th class you have studied. So here this Cartesian plane or XY plane, you might have seen one point in common that you have called as origin, represented by O. So that same is here, but we will not talk about the Cartesian plane. So what is the meaning of rest now? So rest means see. See. This is a pen kept on the board, and the time is being passed, and it's count for 5 seconds. Now, has this pen moved a little distance by an inch? No, the time passed. So what did you get? That if any object is not changing its position as the time changes, so that object is said to be at rest. So rest means as the time is passing, if the position of the object you are considering is not being changed under your observation, that will be called at rest. Actually it is not rest. You know that the earth is moving. So if we are moving, how this pen can be at rest? Even now also we are moving. You are studying, you are moving. I am standing here and teaching, then also I'm moving. But with relation to our eyes and the pen, we found that this pen was not moving. That means that gives the concept of rest. Now, opposite of rest is motion. So, what is motion? Motion means if an object is changing its position with respect to time. For example, this is the clock at your home. To continue watch it. So what you will find, at every second, this second hand is moving. It is in motion. Correct? And general example I am taking. Suppose this is the road. On this road, one car starts its journey from A. After some time it reaches to B, then it reaches to C, and then it reaches to D. Suppose from A to B the distance is 50 km. From B to C, suppose 70 km. From C to D, suppose 100 km. Here it takes 1 hour. Here it takes 1.5 hours, means 1.5 hours. And here it takes 2 hours. Suppose. So here as you see, from A to B, when the car is changing its position, you find the distance is being covered or position is being changed. In 1 hour, the car has traveled 50 km distance. Similarly, from B to C, it has taken 1.5 hour and covered around 70 km of distance and so on. So what did you get the concept here? As the time is passing, the position of object is also being changed. It means the object is said to be in motion. With respect to us or our observation, we are seeing the position of the object is being changed. Correct? So if we are sitting in the car and we are sitting, suppose you are sitting and your friend is driving. So with respect to you and your friend, you are at rest. But with respect to your home, your family members and you are in the motion. Correct? So, before I go deeper, I would like to tell you about quantities. So, quantities means the measurement we find in physics. Whatever we measure, we find some quantity. These are of two types. One is scalar quantity and one is vector quantity. Now, question is, what is scalar quantity and what is vector quantity? So, this is called adish in Hindi and this is called sadish. So, scalar means there are certain quantities which are measured without the consideration of distances. Let's take an example. You go to a shop and you purchase, suppose you are purchasing sugar. Your mother has sent you to market for purchasing the sugar. So you ask the shopkeeper to give you sugar. He asks you amount. You say 5 kilogram. So you say only 5 kilogram. You do not say give me 5 kilogram of sugar in east direction, west direction, southeast direction, upside, downside. You do not use any word of showing the direction. You are using only the amount. So that in terms of physics is called magnitude. So here we have only magnitude, no direction. But there are certain quantities which are represented using direction. For example, force. So in 8th class, you have studied about force, 8th or 7th class, I think. So what did you study about force? Force is always having a direction. If I am pushing the wall, so there is a direction of applying the force. So force is a kind of quantity that is having the direction. So here magnitude is also there. I suppose I am applying 10 Newton of force in the this is which direction? I think north direction. So I am applying the magnitude along with direction. Correct? So scalar quantity means the quantity is having only magnitude. They have numerical value only. They do not specify about any direction. Whereas vector quantities have magnitude, numerical value, as well as the direction. They have the specific direction also where they are being acted. So after this, I will take you to the concept of distance and displacement. And this you keep with you. I will ask some questions based on this. So, if I ask what is the meaning of distance and displacement, so that might be a bit confusing for you. So before going deeper, I'll take you here with an example. Suppose this is a point A in between B, C, D, E and F. From A to F, a car is traveling. My art is good. I cannot say bad, but you can understand it. A car is covering a direction, covering a distance from, covering some, or you can say it is going from A to F. So while going from A to F, it will cover the distance, or it will take A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F. And suppose on reaching to F, it turns back and again comes and stops at D. Did you get my point? The car is starting from A, going to F, and again from F it is taking a turn and resting at B, D. So if I ask how much distance the car has traveled, you will say, sir, AF plus FD. But if I say, is there any other word for measurement of this distance? So that word is known as displacement. So here are the two words, distance and displacement. Duri or Visthapan, it is called. Okay. So if I say how much distance the car has traveled while covering the going from A to F, then resting at D. So answer will be AF plus FD. If I say how much displacement it has covered, now pay attention. Displacement means from A to F the car has gone, from F to D the car has returned back. So now what is the distance between the initial position from here the car is started, that is A, to the final position where the car is taking rest, that is D. So that will be equal to AD. Correct? So this is the difference between distance and displacement. So distance definition is the total path length. Total path length the object has covered. The object has covered. Whereas displacement means the difference between the difference of path length between final position and initial position. I think now it is being clear to you that distance and displacement have a little difference. This is the total path length and this is the distance between the final length and final position and the initial position. So if I ask which one is vector and which one is scalar, what will be your answer? This one or this one? So first one will be, you write, second one will be, yes, it will be scalar and it will be vector quantity. Correct? So in this video, till this much. And next I'll tell you types of motion, then how to find the difference between the distance and displacement, then some questions also I'll discuss. If you have any confusion, you can write me in the comment section. Till then, take care. Thank you.